What's up, coaches? It's time for your 3, maybe 4 things that you need to know for this upcoming weekend. The last one, believe it or not, in June of 2020. It's crazy. Crystal and I are going to be here for all 4 services. That's Saturday at 4, Sunday morning 8:30, 10, and 11:30. We'll be talking in huddle about what a host is. What does it mean to be a host? And how we do that as a team. We've been talking about what is the new normal for host team in this week 8, believe it or not, that we've been open. And one of the things that we've learned that we're going to go ahead and start doing from now on is what we tried out last week at most of our services. And that was 15 minutes till the end of service, our whole team comes together and we pray that God will move in that auditorium as Pastor Craig closes out that message. We pray that people's hearts will be open and that all the hard work that our team has done to make people feel welcome and comfortable in a time that it's hard to do that, we pray that God will speak to that person individually. And then we will all sneak into the back of the auditorium at the corners, and we will just be there to see as our ushers get to point out the hands or the hand that gets raised. Guys, I loved seeing a line of hosting volunteers at the back of that auditorium, and our staff recognized that too. So that is going to be a new normal. So make sure you're sharing that with your role leaders before the weekend, because we want them to be able to share that with their teams as well, that we will continue to pray for that auditorium, and we will continue to go and watch as lives are changed. Coffee Talk 2.0. Last week we talked about how close we are to being able to implement coffee back again. The one thing we're missing right now is just enough volunteers to execute that plan that we have with excellence. And so keep talking with your volunteers and your role leaders, specifically them, about where their teams are. Because right now, in order to do a really good job of coffee, making sure it flows smoothly and people feel safe when they have coffee, we need 3 volunteers minimum just to do coffee. 4 for at the 10 or 11:30 services. So talk with your teams, see where we're at, because we still have those 3 or 4 volunteers, plus we need a couple other ones to do tea and water. So talk, remind them, encourage them. Maybe you have a couple extra ushers on your team that you're like, hey, they might be able to do hospitality a weekend or 2. Try it out just to see if they want to help. Keep in mind that hospitality volunteers do have to wear masks and gloves for this foreseeable future. So until otherwise we let you know, make sure that all volunteers who are doing hospitality know that they do need to wear that. One quick thing to kind of note going forward, we're going to go ahead and leave the curtains open for your ushers at all services. So even if it's Saturday at 4 or 8:30 on Saturday morning, we're going to go ahead and leave those open. Be sure to let your ushers know that they're not going to keep them closed. We just want to let people who, if they want to come to church, but they also want to keep maybe a little extra space, we're going to make sure that they feel comfortable in doing so, and being able to sit as far off in the corner as they want, and that's okay. And we'll continue to leave that signage up as people enter the auditorium that asks them to please leave 2 seats between them and another party. So that way, if your ushers are seating people, they can do that, but if people want to seat themselves, they still have the opportunity to create that safe environment for themselves. Alright, let's recap your 3, maybe 4 things for this upcoming weekend. First off, we have rotation. That's going to be Crystal and myself. We're going to be here for all 4 services, and we're going to be leading huddle that just talks about what a host is and how we do that as a team. Next thing we're going to be talking about is just coffee. We want to serve coffee. We do need about 3 to 4 volunteers specifically on hospitality that can do only coffee. Keep in mind, we'll still need those volunteers to do tea and water and things like that. All hospitality volunteers do still need to wear the masks and gloves for the foreseeable future, for make sure they understand that with the role leaders. And then finally, our usher teams, make sure they know they don't need to have the curtains closed at any of the services, as we will keep those open. Guys, I'm super excited to see what we're going to do as a host team going forward with this new normal of having our volunteers all stand at the end. Be sure to let me know, Crystal, if you have any questions about it. But man, I am excited that we're going to be able to pray for what God is going to do in the auditorium every service, and then be witnesses to what God is doing. So let's serve together. Let's be excited about serving. Remember the why behind why we serve. And guess what? We'll see you there. Whoever finds God finds life. And we're going to be talking about what host means. So we're going to really go, 2020. It's crazy how fast this month has gone by, but believe it or not, it's here. And who cares, right? I mean, we're already in the video, so gosh, dang it. Coffee Talk 2.0, right? I said 2.4. Dang it! What's up, coaches? Looks like, believe it or not, dang it! Why is this so? Coffee Talk 2.0. I did it again. Who cares? Host. And also, this has already been